Howdy guys, I am back in the Banner Saga. Last time we talked to Oddleaf a whole bunch about just everything that's been going on. We got rested and recuperated and we're ready to hit the trail again. So let's go ahead and leave this little village and go wherever the heck we're headed to. Taking the whole village with us. At a small split in the trail, a few fighters stopped to speak with you, each carrying a single pack. "We recognize this place," one man says. "Spent several years here with some kin. If they're still around, we have to warn them of what's coming. With luck, we'll find you again in less than a week." Alright, so I can wish the fighters well, see them off with extra supplies, remind everyone that they're free to do as they please, and you think you'll survive out there on your own, and then tell them they're needed here. Well, I don't want to be like that other guy that Mogan and Hogan came away from where I'm like, you guys can't do what you want. I want everyone to feel like they're welcome to do what they want. Now, they run the risk of getting themselves killed or making us weaker. That's on them. I'm going to take care of myself and my family, so you're free to do as you please. You thank the men for coming to you, but raise your voice for everyone to hear. We all make decisions for ourselves and our families. We're all free to do what we must. Agreement echoes through the caravan as a small group of men make their leave. Which gave me I lost some fighters, but I got a morale boost, and well, my morale just turned around and went back down, but, that's how I think I would have answered it. I don't want to force anyone to do anything. Complaints of Raffensvarder's excessive drinking have resurfaced. This time the man stumbled over some tent ropes, pulled and snagged canvas through a campfire, nearly setting a supply wagon aflame. Clansmen put out the fire on both the wagon and Raffensvarder's leg before leading him to you. I can punish him physically, ban him from camping near the others in the future, and this man drinks nothing but water from now on. Well, this guy obviously has a problem, a substance problem, and he obviously can't handle his liquor, so he gets no more alcohol. You're free to leave, but if you're sticking around, no more booze. Raffensvarder groggily agrees, slurring his way through the promises to quit being such a nuisance. Many of the onlookers snort or roll their eyes, but go back to their business. Somehow you doubt it'll be long before Raffensvarder manages to find another drink, whether you'll allow it or not. Well, I don't know if that was the best answer, but I don't want to force people to do things, and I'm not going to hit them, but, he almost destroyed the camp. He just needs to be more careful. "Dredge!" shouts a man from the back of the caravan. It's Raffensvarder, the unabashed drunk, staggering toward you, looking not entirely sober. He screams again, pointing to the trees in the distance. Fear races through the caravan as fighters pull their weapons. Scouts return with no sightings, and furious men surround Raffensvarder. Oh, gosh. I don't know if I should ready myself against them just in case. I really want to believe this guy's not... I don't want to banish him, and I don't want him to be hurt, so I'm just going to ready myself for the dredge just in case he's not pulling my leg. "There'll be time for that later," you tell the men. "For now, we take no chances." A full day of uneasy rest passes with no sign of dredge. The caravan is annoyed by the scare and the delay. Eventually, Raffensvarder bursts into laughter, and you're sure there were never any dredge. Not long after, Raffensvarder goes missing. Nobody searches for him or seems to mind. Well, I tried to do the right thing in every way. I really did. I really gave him the benefit of the doubt.
Once a strong, thriving city, the walls of Frostvellr now just keep the howling winds at bay. With luck, they'll hold out against dredge as well.
I feel really bad about that whole sequence of choices I made, though. I really, really wanted to try to do the right thing with that Raffensvarder guy. I really tried, because everyone just lost everything. I didn't want to have to do anything to him, but looking back on it, maybe I should have lost a day because of him. You jostle through fellow crowds of sunken faces who appear as though they've been freezing in front of Frostvellr for days. The gates are closed. You come to a stop at the bottom of the hill. Are they not gonna let... Oh, that's battle music, isn't it? This is not looking good. Why are there so many people in the fields? We can't stay outside in the open like this. Oddly finds you amongst the many refugees. Rook, I just talked to some of the women here. Nobody is being let into the city. Why? It's overrun with Varl from Bloodspalker, Greyhorn, people from the Bidra, all the nearby villages, the dredge are everywhere. And the chieftain of Frostvellr has locked himself in his great hall. That's when they closed the gates. When the dredge come, these hills will turn red. We have to get in there. Oh gosh, we're gonna have to bust the doors down. Alright, let me see. We're gonna have to get in the wall somehow. I want to know more about what's going on in there. Let's lay low for now and see what happens. Where else could we go? I don't know what to do. I feel like that because every choice I make is friggin' horrible. But we're gonna have to get through, and I don't want to be a forceful person. I don't want to cause any upset, but I need to know, yeah, what's going on in there? What? I see a lot of people gathered around the rest houses and the gates. We could find out what they know. How would we get in anyway? They closed the gate. I can get that gate open. Let's see if there's any other way before we start breaking down gates. I wasn't going to break it, just push really hard. Oh, Iver. Yeah, because, you know, I just got done talking about how I didn't really want to push my way in or do anything. Oh gosh, I don't want to be forceful. I just want to, like, try to stay alive with everyone else, right? Strapping some strips of metal to your wrist may give you a heavier swing if you can hit your target. And then this ring was once worn by one of the greatest kings of men to symbolize unification. One will per kill. I can't tell if that's really worth it or not. I'm gonna get some more supplies though. I want to get us. How many supplies can I buy? Alright, I'm gonna buy as much supplies as I can, and I'm gonna buy that, and I'm gonna buy that, and I'm gonna buy that. I don't even care if I have no renown left. I want it all. Can we get everyone equipped maybe? Because I feel like I'm gonna have to break down the walls, and it's gonna be a slaughter. I already know. Let's put this on the reckless one, and no one else can really put this. Is all for later on when I'm higher levels, so I'll just back out of this now, and I guess I gotta make some tough choices, huh? Alright, I feel like I need to rest one more day because Iver's still hurt, but I'm gonna go to the gate. You approach the gate where hundreds of people have gathered. In the trodden, bloody space in front of the doors, several pincushion bodies lie unclaimed as though they simply belonged there. Archers up on the walls make it clear that nobody will be getting in. Men and women below intermittently call for mercy and reason when they're not flinging stones and curses. And then here, I got a choice here. Iver, did you really expect to push those gates open? Find out more from the crowd, shout at the guards on the wall, leave the gates and try something else. Alright, let's find out more from the crowd. Let's be smart here. You spent an hour talking to different people who all have the same story. A couple days ago, the chieftain shut himself in, closed the gates, and refused any more refugees. They've got huge stores of supplies in there, too, adds one man. They're just hoarding them. And I can try to push through the gates, shout at the guards, leave the gates, and try something else. Well, you know, I mean, they fortified and they got prepared for something like this. You know, I mean, I understand not wanting to let people in, because if they let everyone in, then no one's going to have anything. So I don't want to cause a fight with these people. I mean, they're basically condemning us all to death, but they're also trying to protect their own interests, so I understand, right? So let's shout at the guards. We're from Skoger. Open the gates. You shout to the archers, not expecting much. You get as much response as you expected. Iver, let's talk to him. I'm willing to try, grunts Iver, despite sizing up the doors that look like they could hold back an army. And when the men start shooting arrows and pouring out to stop you, then you kill them, he says. You're not sure this is the most sound plan? No, we're not doing this. No. This is a terrible idea, you say. We don't even know how many are in there. Iver folds his arms. He seems almost relieved that he didn't have to live up to his earlier boast. Alright, so I'm just gonna leave the gates and try something else. You leave the crowds and head back down the hill. There are a lot of people gathered around the rest of the houses, says Oddleaf, pointing. Maybe we could find help there, at least make ourselves useful. Alright, now Oddleaf is using her head there, I guess. I don't know where to go or what I'm supposed to click on or anything. Oh, hey, I didn't know I could do this. I could drag the map around. Alright, well, I just learned that. So do I go back to the gate then? No. Alright, no, I guess I'm not really sure what to do. She said there are a lot of people gathered around the rest house. Oh, rest house. Dirt. Go to the rest area. You've spent a whole day at the rest houses. Everyone gives you the same story. The chieftain just shut himself in the great hall and closed the gates. There are a lot of wounded people here, adds Alette. We could help them. The rest houses are overflowing with refugees, the sick, and wounded, and noise. Tend to the wounded, settle in for the long haul, rest for a day, leave and try something else. Let's help the wounded out here. Alette and Oddleaf spend the day along with others in your caravan treating wounds, most of which came from the archers at the gates. Oh, great. I overheard from one woman that the city has been sending carts with food around, Oddleaf tells you. Could be a way in, Iver replies. Next time they send a cart in, we bring it back in. Oddleaf protests. Aside from leading to a fight, it would probably mean no more food for the refugees. No, I don't want to mess with the food cart. They're trying to help. They are. I don't want to make our situation worse. I don't want to get involved if others are going to suffer for it, you say. You return to what you were doing. I guess let's settle in for the long haul. After a long day of argument, you all finally agree to digging in with the other refugees if you have to. Are you sure there's no other option? Asks Iver. Sooner or later the dredge will come. Probably sooner. Well, all we can do is be ready, or let's make sure we haven't missed anything. Let's make sure we haven't missed anything. You know my thoughts already, says Iver. We need to get in the city somehow. I'm not doing it. I'm not breaking down the darned gate. Gosh. Alright, same thing. I really don't know what I'm supposed to do here. It's like they really want me to break down the gate, but I don't want to do it. And let's rest for a day, maybe? You take the opportunity to rest. The caravan eats, talks with others, and feels a little better in general. Everyone but Iver, who is anxious about being out in the open. Late in the day, you notice a crowd forming around him and shouting about something. Well, let's go. This is our only entertainment. Let's go investigate the commotion. The commotion is turning into an angry mob who are becoming ever more furious about being kept out of the city. You overhear them talking about attacking the archers on the walls and breaking through the gate. Hogan and Mogan join in and fan the rising flames. I won't let my family die in a field like dogs, shouts Hogan. He turns to you. Do this thing, Rook. We need you again. I guess I'm gonna have to. I don't want to do it. I really don't. I guess let's do it. Join in an assault on the gate. Iver agrees, and you think you have a chance of pulling this off. As you approach the gates, Iver stops you. He steps up to the gates alone. Archers above watch, more curious than anything else. Planting his feet, he puts his full weight into the massive door. Aside from a long wooden creak, nothing is happening. Then, unbelievably, the doors start trembling. The archers shout, more to those inside the walls than out. The creaking becomes louder than a crack. Then the doors part slightly. Help him! You shout to the others. When you look back again, you see that the entire mob have thrown in to push. The gate finally succumbs under your combined effort, and you find yourself face to face with dumbfounded guards. You bark at the mob to attack. I really didn't want to have to do this, but I felt like I didn't have a choice there. I'm really bummed about this. I'm not happy with this. I'm really not. And terrible timing, because this episode is about 15 minutes long, so I don't want to go too long, so I'm actually going to stop it here. Thank you guys so much for watching me play the Banner Saga. Next time, I'm gonna have to fight some people, even though I don't really want to. So, I'll see you guys then. Thanks again. Bye for now.